Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Red, White, and True News. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is alive and well. Hope everyone's doing good this fine Tuesday. Oh, sorry, it's Wednesday. Jeez, these weeks are flying by, aren't they? Hope everyone's getting ready for the holidays, and spending it with your family, friends, or whoever you spend it with. I wanted to go over, had a couple of requests um, about the Bill of Rights. I know the younger generation, I don't know about everybody else, but going through school, we were taught world history, American history, and things like that. So um, I know our kids. I don't think they had a American history class. I know they had world history, but as far as American history, no. Uh, so our kids didn't really get to learn stuff like that. So they had to research it on their own, or they were taught it by myself, or or whoever. But but the Bill of Rights, it's a very important document. That was written in I want to say 1789. I think it was ratified in 1791 um, by James Madison. I want to say, but and it was actually written in New York. That's where Congress used to be. As far as the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, they were written in Independence Hall, which is in Pennsylvania. But in another video, I'll go over give a little, rundown of the Constitution. And then I think in another one, I'll do the Declaration of Independence. Actually, I carry with me at all times what they call a pocket Constitution. Actually has a Declaration of Independence in it as well. I'd encourage everyone to get one. You can get them free from Hillsdale College, which is a phenomenal, phenomenal curriculum. If you have kids in school or whatever, I would look into Hillsdale College because they teach math, science, history, English. You know what I mean? The stuff like what used to be taught in school. Not to get off on another subject, I think I heard the other day that a state or states are thinking about bringing back shop class in high school as an elective. Remember when home ec and shop was like two electives that you could take in school? Yeah, that was, yeah. So, but anyway, so the Bill of Rights, it's one of the most important parts of the U.S. Constitution. It basically is the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. Is basically the Bill of Rights, right? Um, it defines, protects, and limits power in ways that shape American life and law every single day. Um, an in-depth, clear breakdown of why it's so important and what makes it foundational. I think it really protects individual freedom from government power, of course, right? Um, it was created to shield citizens from potential government abuse. The founders had just fought a war against a government they viewed as tyrannical, so they wanted written guarantees that no future U.S. government could do the same. As we saw in the past 4 years, slowly but surely, our rights being chipped away by a party that wants one party state, one party rule, however you want to call it. So our rights need to be protected, friends. I mean, they really do, because if you think back, like, even 20 years ago, they've slowly but surely just been chipping away and chipping away and chipping away. And if the people don't start informing themselves and staying involved and making your voices heard, not being afraid of these platforms censoring you or shutting you up. Um, we're going to wake up one day and our country's going to be gone. I did a video a while back about this Mamdani guy in New York. The guy's a full-blown communist. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you just call him what he is. Economic socialist, cultural Marxist. Yeah. But anyway, the Bill of Rights protects rights such as freedom of speech, religion, press, assembly, which is all under the First Amendment. Right to bear arms, of course, that's second, right? Protection against unreasonable search and seizure under the Fourth Amendment. Anybody remember the raid on Mar-a-Lago? Look, I don't care about party. Right, left, center, it don't matter. That was wrong for anyone. That was an illegal search and seizure. To tell the people on the premises of that house, you got to shut your cameras off. No, I don't think so. But I think we'll soon find out what the truth really was behind that whole thing. Now, if there was something that was done wrong and that needed to take place, then by God, do it. But don't do it illegally. You get a warrant to go in there first. So, But anyway, moving right along here. Right to a fair trial, a lawyer, and due process, which falls under the Fifth and Sixth Amendments. Protection from cruel and unusual punishment, which would be, what would that be? Let's see. Eighth Amendment, I believe. Eighth. Without these, the government would have far more power to silence, imprison, search, surveil, or punish citizens. The Bill of Rights sets strict boundaries. Okay? It puts limits on government, even when people are afraid or angry. Limits on government. Has anyone noticed that it's slowly but surely the power has been taken from the people and given to the government? Folks, it's not supposed to be like that. We, the people, tell them what to do. They don't tell us what to do. And our founding fathers, God bless their soul, man, them people, they knew that stuff like this could very well happen in the future. And that's why these documents are written the way that they were. And that's why we all see that the Marxist left, they hate our founding fathers and the founding documents. They can preach it all they want. That's unconstitutional. They wouldn't know what the Constitution was if it hit them right upside the head. I mean, they use it when it benefits them, right? Throughout history, governments often gain power during crisis, war, terrorism, unrest. The Bill of Rights is designed to protect freedoms, even when public opinion may support restricting them. Think about that. For example, during the war, the First Amendment protects anti-war speech. During crime waves, the Fourth and Fifth Amendments protect fair policy practices. During political polarization, the First Amendment protects unpopular opinions. It ensures that basic rights aren't up for a vote and can't be taken away because of fear, emotion, or majority pressure. It ensures fairness and justice in the legal system. Many of the Bill of Rights amendments are about making sure the government cannot cheat, abuse, or railroad people in the justice system. This includes right to a speedy trial and a public trial, right? Right to an impartial jury, right to an attorney, right to confront witnesses, protection against self-incrimination, right to confront witnesses. Does anyone remember the trial, so-called trial in New York City, that just happened about a year ago, a little more than a year ago, where a judge would not let certain witnesses testify because he knew what was going to come out of their mouth. Let's cut to the chase. Rob Costello in the Trump uh, uh, case up there in Manhattan. He would not let Costello testify, along with many others. And then specifically told the jury what they could and could not bring into account with their decision. Well, then why even have the hearing or the trial and have the information in the court of law? But they say, oh, he was found guilty by a jury of his peers. Oh, really? So a deep blue city that is like what 9-1 Democrats as opposed to Republicans. You honestly think that that was a jury of his peers? Come on, folks. Let's be honest here. Protection against self-incrimination. Protection from excessive bail or cruel punishment. Excessive bail. Was that $484 million? Yeah. I think, what's her name? Letitia James. Yeah. She's about ready to have her day in court. Sounds like, huh? These are essential because without them, law enforcement and courts could easily become tools of oppression. The Bill of Rights forces the government to play fair. Think they playing fair? Yeah, I'll let you guys make your own mind up on that one. Protects minority groups from majority rule. Majority rule. Democracy alone doesn't automatically protect everyone. A majority can vote to take away the rights of smaller or unpopular groups. The Bill of Rights acts as a shield. No majority can vote away free speech, religious liberty, or due process. Does anyone remember the little innocent old lady that was arrested for praying outside an abortion clinic? Had terminal cancer and was sent to prison by the Biden administration for praying outside of an abortion clinic. Does any of this line up to anything that I've just read to you? Free speech. Anybody remember anyone being shut down on platforms? Many platforms out there. People were kicked off of. Things that they said were taken down. Not because it was slander or if it was people swearing or whatever. It's because they were saying things that others didn't agree with, so they just tried to shut them up. Folks, this is America. We have the right to freedom of speech. I get it. These companies, it's their platforms or whatever, but they're social sites where people are supposed to talk, right? But then they want to tell you what you can and cannot say. Creates a shared national identity based on rights. The Bill of Rights is an essential part of what it means to be an American. An American. Bill of Rights. It creates a core set of values like liberty, personal privacy, freedom of belief, fair treatment by government, protection from the state power. These ideals define not just laws, but American culture and identity. Many people around the world recognize America for these freedoms. It serves as a check on all branches of government, every branch, Congress, the President, and the courts. It's limited by the Bill of Rights. Congress cannot pass laws that violate it. The president cannot enforce policies that break it. Courts must strike down actions that conflict with it. This creates a balance of power where rights remain above politics and above any one branch of government. It guides court decisions and continues to protect new situations. Even though it was written in the 1790s, the Bill of Rights applies to modern issues. 1. Digital privacy under the Fourth Amendment. Internet speech under the First. Gun regulations under the Second. Rights of the accused under the Fifth and the Sixth. The Supreme Court uses its principles to judge new technologies and technologies changing social issues and evolving forms of government power. It helps prevent tyranny. Tyranny. This was the founders' greatest fear. The Bill of Rights is designed so that the government cannot control the press. ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN. The list goes on and on and on. Think the government had any influence over what they've been saying for the past 10 years? It's only gotten worse. Yeah. I mean, it's their job, folks, just to report the story and let people make up their own opinions on what's what. Not to drive a narrative or to straight up just lie to people and twist words. Prime example, the BBC, of how they twisted Trump's words on January the 6th. And took words at the end of the speech, put it at the beginning of the speech, and just totally twisted. Now this man's going to sue him for like $5 billion or $1 billion or whatever. Whether he gets any of it or not, I don't think he really cares. It's about holding him accountable. This was the Bill of Rights is designed so that the government cannot control the press, cannot disarm the population, as we've seen them try to do many, many times. In my opinion, that'll never happen, but whatever. Cannot arrest or search arbitrarily under the Fourth, cannot torture or execute cruelly under the Eighth Amendment, cannot take property or liberty without due process. Think back at Mar-a-Lago. So that's under the Eighth Amendment. Cannot take property, I stand corrected. That's under the Fifth Amendment. Cannot torture or execute cruelly is under the Eighth Amendment. These limits intentionally create obstacles that prevent any leader or party from becoming authoritarian. It inspires rights, movements, and expansions of liberty. Throughout history, Americans have used the Bill of Rights to argue for civil rights, criminal justice reform, workers' rights, privacy rights, religious liberty, free speech protections. Movements from abolitionists to civil rights activists to whistleblowers have relied on the Bill of Rights to defend their causes. It protects the natural rights that the founders believe all people have. The Bill of Rights doesn't give rights. It recognizes rights people already have by nature. The founders believed certain freedoms come from being human, not from the government. The government's job is to secure these rights, not create them. The Bill of Rights is important because it protects personal freedom, limits government power, ensures fairness and justice, protects minority rights, defines American identity, prevents tyranny, applies to modern issues, guides courts and future generations. It remains one of the most influential documents in history and is central to why the U.S. government functions the way that it does. Right? So, sorry about that. So yeah, our founding documents are very important, folks, and I would encourage people to go and research them. I mean, I'm kind of always been a student of history. Um, I've always been intrigued by history. Um, I love our country dearly. I always have. Um, so it's worth fighting for. This country's been through great, some bad times throughout the years, and it's gotten through it. But what we're seeing in America with with certain things, this assassination culture they say is out here now, like we saw in Utah Valley State when they murdered Charlie Kirk. This kid, this Thomas Crooks guy that shot at Trump. There's so many examples that I can use, but they're saying that there is an assassination culture, and maybe I'll report on that in another video. Um, where it's all being driven on social media. I mean, I don't have very many social media platforms. Um, what's that? Snapchat, Snapchat or something. And TikTok or whatever. These people use, and there's some other ones out there. Like I said, I don't really get too much caught up into that stuff, but um, you know, but yeah, we need to pray for our leaders. Everybody, if you're a praying person or whatever, um, pray for our country, and please share this video, subscribe to the channel. We got some great things, you know, planned coming up, and we really enjoyed doing these videos and just spreading the word. You know, share it with your enemies too, friends, family, enemies, foes, whatever you want to call them. But please subscribe to the channel. Click that little notification bell so you're notified. We'll be doing some live streams and things. So um, yeah, we appreciate everyone being here, and stay engaged. Keep doing your part, and um, yeah. So we thank you guys again, and I hope you have a very blessed week. And till next time, take care of yourself and each other. Bye for now.